Hello, it's Jim Muehlhausen, author of The 51 Errors, and welcome to the 51 Errors Coaching Club. The first error that I want to cover is fatal error number 1, hiring your competitors' rejects. Now, I want to review this. This is a complicated error and it's got a lot of meat to it. So the first step in not hiring your competitors' rejects is to give up on hiring experienced people. I think that's what this really stems from, is our desire to want to buy talent and not build it ourselves. So we want to create a light switch that we can go turn on and off to create great talent. Step 2, we want to create a test to discover the aptitude that you need, and you're probably going to find this from your existing people. Step 3, we're going to find an easy way to screen candidates. Now, I love, and I use personally in my own business, what I call a video FAQ. Shooting a series of videos, not unlike what I'm doing now, putting them in a neat little holder, or even using YouTube if you want, to video screen candidates. Now, the theory behind this is pretty simple, and that is that people that are a good fit are A, more likely to want to work for your company and for you, and 2, are going to do a better job once they're on there. And so I guess that inherent in what I'm saying is give up on trying to hire people that aren't a good fit. So if all we're trying to do is find good fits, my theory is let's throw the information out there about the company, and no better way to do that than video, especially you as the owner of the company talking to each candidate. And the internet really makes this possible. What that's going to do is that's going to run away the bad candidates, which is okay. You've got to let go of that in my mind. And it should do a better job of hooking the good candidates into wanting to work for you. Fourth step in this process is to have a solid training program in place once we have hired these people. Now, let me give you a real-life example of something that I worked on many years ago. The setting was the late 90s. And if you remember the late 90s, it was very difficult to hire just about anyone of talent. The $6 people took $8 jobs. The $8 people took $10 jobs. $10 people took $15 jobs, etc., etc., etc. So it was a very difficult hiring environment at this time. With that as a backdrop, this poor owner had over a 200% turnover. I'm guessing no one would want to sign up for that type of a program. So here he sat with a 200% turnover, about a 50-person manufacturing company in an inner city. So he had a difficult time hiring quality people with his geography, with his pay scale, which was pretty low. And the only thing that he had going for him was that whenever he ran an ad, he did get a lot of applicants, probably a couple hundred people each time that he ran an ad. The problem was that there was a lot of bad people. So 200% turnover, not a lot of good candidates, really could not effectively bring people in. And of course, this led to the guys, it was an all-male environment, really holding him hostage and demanding raises that they didn't deserve. And of course, they'd always threaten to walk during the busy time because it was a pretty cyclical business on top of it. So it really was not a fun situation for the owner. So here is an example of a process that we created that really rectifies this problem. The first thing that we did was, this was pre-Monster and Career Builder, so we ran an ad in the paper. And in some positions, especially those blue-collar, low-paid positions, the paper is still a viable option. Those people may not be online. You need to ask yourself, where are my potential candidates looking for jobs? And it could be a street sign or a billboard. It could be online like most jobs. But we ran this ad, and what it claimed was, we said, pay up to this. That attracted a lot of candidates. Secondly, immediate job interview granted. Now, that was really important because more people will show up if you say that. That's a little job hiring trick. Second step, when people came through, what we made them do was, number 1, they had to fill out the application on premises. And the reason for that was, if you've ever hired blue-collar people, you already know the answer to this, is you want to make sure that they could read and write. In this business, there was a bill of materials. They did need some reading and writing skills. It wasn't just shoveling a ditch. And so we made a decision that part of the aptitude that someone had to have was reading and writing skills. So we made them fill it out on the spot, not take it home and have somebody do it for them. Then what we did was we gave them a mechanical aptitude test. Now, a little bit of history. What happened was we had found that the 5 best guys in the shop, and as I said, it was all guys in this case, had scored it very well, 38 out of 40 or better for all 5 of these people. So what we said was, aha, we now have found an aptitude test that we can discover whether people are going to turn into good performers. That here was the cream that had risen to the top. They all scored very well on this test. And not coincidentally, the shop manager, the highest of all 5 of those, scored 40 out of 40.